One love, y'all, because we're together. United, baby. Under one roof. Come on. In a house is ours. It's one love, y'all.
I want to say welcome, everyone, to Constructive Talks, a place where you can sit back and have intelligent conversations without judgment. We believe here at Constructive Talks that all experiences can have constructive outcomes. Because in every experience, there's a constructive lesson to be learned, which can be used to empower you and those around you towards a positive, constructive goal. Okay, everyone, welcome back to part 2, and we'll pick right up where we left off. How do we break the generational curse? Through internal cultural conditioning that's been passed on to us. It seems like a unknown, and it's just stamped in our conversation. Well, we need to break that generational curse, or we need to make sure the next generation is taken care of, or the last generation, they sacrificed. But it's never really been a good answer or plan or guidance on how that's done. It's kind of been vague. So let me give a summary of what I think. And like I always say, whenever I say anything, do your research on any topic we discuss. Do follow on research, and I'll always add links. Let's think about this for a quick second. How do we break the generational curse? What I think is we start taking part with shared education. And what do I mean by that is when you learn something, share it with those around you. Those that are in your bubble. Share it with the ones that you want to be not only better, but do it on purpose. Do it where you sit down and go through these classes or reading these books, or you do by showing. So shared education is important. So if you learn how to invest, share how you do it. If you have access to books, share those books. If you understand or have learned how to create business, share that. Because I know for one fact, and no one can have all the jobs, no one can have all the business, no one can have all of anything as an individual, but collectively we can grow a community that's smarter, and it starts to break that generational curse. The other thing is, or should I say the second thing is, step into those fears of the unknown. I'm going to give a simple example. If you've never flown before, go fly. Fly somewhere, fly 200 miles from you, up and down, and then come back. Just do it. People say, no, you crazy. I'm not getting on a plane. That's what we talk about, that internal cultural conditioning, right? Why wouldn't you get on it if you hadn't experienced it? And I'm not just saying experience everything that might be dangerous, and I'm just using it as an example as well, but step into those fears of the unknown and make them known. It's probably like tasting a dish. You taste that dish for the first time after you have swore over years you would never try that. But then you tried and you've been missing out on something that was wonderful for 20 years. Now, this other one, which is the third thing I think about, is try it before you allow your assumption to talk you out of it. We have that inner voice we talk about. I should have listened to myself. Something told me not to do it. I should have. How about if we look at that as let those voices talk you into doing things, and you dare yourself to be different within your bubble? What are some ways you can do that? Read more. Listen to more educational podcasts like Constructive Talks. Watch documentaries. Read history, be it American history, foreign history, African history. Read. And that way you'll get some enlightenment. And one part of that is not letting someone else speak things into your life. What do I mean by that is social media. Yeah, after you read so much stuff on social media, you'll be surprised on how your life is run by social media, and you do things away from the social media that was unconsciously put in your mind on social media. So when you go into work, it might be something If they do that again, I'm going to strike out. Or, hey, and positive, I'm always positive as well. You know what? I'm going to ask my boss for a raise or another job opportunity within the firm. There you go. But if it's positive, that's fine. But some of those things that keep us from being our best, we probably should think about that again and dare ourselves to be different. One of the things that I got in trouble for as a young person, I did something, and then when my supervisor asked me, why did I do that? I said, somebody else said it was okay, and I didn't verify. How many times do we do that in our lives, where we go by what someone said and not verify it? It might take a moment, but verify it. That's going to do a few things. It's going to further your education on stuff. Also, it's going to help you with decision making, where you know what you're doing or the decisions you're making are based on facts, proven facts. So try that. Now, we were talking about that inner voice, right? How does your inner voice advise you? Is it based off your present knowledge base? Think about it. Education, the more knowledge you have, the more factual or educated decisions that can be made, or your inner voice can advise you on. Or is it based mostly off past experiences? I want you to think about that as we transition to external cultural conditioning. Thank you for coming out. Thank you for hanging out with me. Thank you for being amazing. That is very important. As we end this podcast today, I want to let each one of you know that not only are you incredible, but it's about you that constructive conversations happen. And with these constructive conversations and constructive goals and constructive ideas and thoughts, control your moments, control your day, and let everyone around you know there's a constructive lesson to be learned, which can be used to empower you and those around you towards a positive, constructive goal.